Alright guys, I'm kinda new to this whole streaming thing, so bear with me if I mess up, but kinda lonely out here in the mountains. Don't really have anyone to talk to. Um, I've been trying to buy an 86 for a while. It's one of my dream cars, but I've noticed that most people, not even the Japanese people, they know the difference between the Zenkis and the Koukis, so I kinda just want to go over it. As you guys already know, this car was made really, really famous because of the Initial D manga, which then got later adapted into the anime with the badass Eurobeat. But anyways, so the Initial D card, the collector card, the one that retains all its value, this is a Zenki. What does Zenki mean? Zenki, all this word means is early model. Kuki means late model. So there are a bunch of differences. When you start looking at it up close and personal, you start realizing what the differences are. So these are the sedans. We're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about the hatchbacks, the ones that everyone wants. So if you start looking at it, on the left side you got your Zenkis, like the initial D one. On the right side you got your Koukis. If you just glance over it, they look pretty much the same, but no, there's a bunch of differences. So for example, on the front, you see the headlight, it's black, then you have a little black lip, then you have white next to like the blinker, then you have black. On the Kouki, you have black, white, all black. It's different. On the back's actually funny because this is the Zenki, which comes with the black lid, or black lip, sorry, tail lights, whereas the Kouki comes with the red lip tail lights. A bunch of people that get the Zenkis, they like the red one more, so they actually swap out the red ones into their Zenkis, but this is another easy way to tell. And on top of that, the actual taillight design is different. Here's a zoomed up picture of them both. So as you can see, it's completely different. Here, you only have one little blinker, whereas here you have two, an orange one and a white one, and they're bigger. And you guys may be wondering and say, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll buy the Kouki, which is probably cheaper. It is cheaper, and put on the Zenki bumper. Nothing lines up. So unless you're comfortable, well, drilling holes into your like collector car chassis or making a drift missile, nothing's gonna line up. So there you're kind of screwed. Then on the back, as you can see, the taillight designs are, yeah, obviously different. These do bolt in, but it's still not the same because even if you get the back lined up and the front, you're willing to do like all that mod, the sides are still different. I'll show you guys a more close-up picture later, but the lines, the black line on the Panda Trueno, which is the one that everyone with the lines on the Panda Trueno, which is the one that everyone wants. These lines on the front, they're different. So the Kouki, the line is slightly, ever so slightly thinner than the front line on the Zenki. The Kouki doesn't have the little sticker here that says Sprinter, or does it say Trainer? Huh, now I'm getting confused. So why is this important? This is important because of pricing. So obviously, we're not talking about a $5,000 little Mustang beater, crowd destroyer. We're talking about a collector car. These things go up to 30, 40 grand. So what happens? For example, this is Goonet. Yeah. I know Goonet's not the best place to like get cars, but it's just for the sake of the argument. So if we go on Goonet, um, most Panda Trainers, on top of the fact that they're like 30 grand, they're not even Zenkis. There is not a single Zenki here. So what did we all just learn? We all just learned that one of the easiest ways to identify a Zenki from a Kouki is the front. So that's a Kouki. This is a Zenki, but it's a non-hatchback red one. Well, the red might actually go up in price now because of the new Drifter movie with Sun Kang, aka Han from Fast and Furious, but that's a whole nother topic. This is a Kouki. This is a Kouki. You see? And look at the prices. This is 28 over there. You still got to take into account tariffs, import fees, legalization, taxes when you bring them stateside. So these things ain't cheap. This is a Kouki. That's a Zenki, but again, that's red. But the panda Truenos, they're all Koukis. This is a Kouki. So as you can see, um, these this is all Kouki, 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 Kouki. So I've actually been thinking about, I have it open here. I've been thinking about buying this one because I'm kind of at the point where like no Zenkis pop up for sale. I've been talking with all my Japanese friends. No Zenkis pop up for sale. The last one that popped up for sale was a grade R, if you guys know what that means. We'll talk about that some other time. But pretty much it wasn't like pristine. It went for 40 grand, $39,885 at auction. Why? Because it's a Zenki with the red interior. So I've been thinking about settling, but as you can see, this is a this is just a Kouki, and I don't know how I feel about dropping. Well, after landing, this probably be close to like 35 grand. 35 grand on a Kouki, or if I should just hold out. But the problem is that also since this new movie is going to come out, if the movie's great, which I'm sure it will be great because Sun Kang's a beast, these things are going to skyrocket more in value. But then you kind of fall into the caveat, or is a caveat, of you having bought a $35,000 car, an old Corolla, that's not even the one that everyone wants. So, like, look at this. This is not the one that everyone wants. This is the one that everyone wants. So, whoops, where is it? Yeah, this I'm sure 99% of people will see this, and even if you put the little Fujiwara tofu shop sign on the side, they'll go insane. But for like actual collectors or like people that like, are a little more enthusiastic, they'll see through like your bluff right away. Here, this sticker, that doesn't come on the Zenkis. On the Zenkis, you have one here that I can't for the life of me remember if it's a Sprinter or Trueno. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. You remember how I said I would show you guys a close-up picture of the sidelines? You see how you can barely see it? On the Zenkis, you can see it 100%. And it actually, like, once you actually start getting into this, it kind of grows on you. Like, it becomes like those things that, like, it's not a big deal, but when you spend money on it, you kind of like, it kind of starts bothering you. So I don't know if I should get this car or not. I already asked about it. It's in pretty good condition. It was a great 3.5, no rust or anything. You see these tail lights? These are the red lights. The ones that everyone wants. Well, these are the ones that everyone wants, but the actual tail lights are supposed to be black. And the other thing is that even the stickers on the back, these stickers, believe it or not, between the Zenki and the Kouki, they're different. They're slightly different. So there's a bunch of little things, and yeah, this spoiler looks hideous. That's kind of where I'm at. Drivetrain wise, it's pretty much identical. Doesn't really matter. These engines are cheap and easy. A blind monkey can fix it. I mean, I can fix anything with a shoelace. Now, excuse me. So going back to the whole initial D thing, this you really want to spend your money on the Zenkis, right? Because this is the initial D car. On top of that, the this car looks so badass with the red interior. Let me show you an example because I've been scouring the internet non-stop. I have no life. And this car with the red interior looks gorgeous. Oh, did they sell it? There was one in Hokkaido for like 40 grand. It's probably on the second page. With the red interior, that's actually the one that Takumi and everyone they drove, and in the live adaptation, they also got it down pat with the red interior. Oh, Kagawa. This is the one. This is also, as you can see, this is a Kouki. And again, Kouki just means late model, Zenki means early model. This one's kind of weird because it's an 84 allegedly. I think their year is wrong because usually the Koukis are like 80 year 85 plus. Wow, my internet is crap today. But the one that everyone wants is the initial D one, and the initial D ones are the Zenkis. There's actually a fun fact you can't really see in this picture, but did you know that in the initial D manga and anime, they actually drew the car with a like the little sunroof panel? So if you look closely in both the manga and anime, you can see that like the Takumi's 86 has a sunroof and clothes, but when they show the shots of it on the outside, there is no sunroof. That was like an illustration. I don't know, an artist error. So there's actually this company out in Japan that they do like one per one, 100% faithful restorations. I mean not restorations, replicas like tributes to the initial D car. And when you actually want like 100% accurate one, the guy actually goes through like the pain in the ass that is sourcing the headliner with the cutout for the sunroof, but it doesn't actually have a sunroof. That's just like a little, like fun fact. So look at this car in red. It's so much nicer, so much 10,000 times nicer, in my opinion, than the car in black. And well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know if I should settle because also, as you can see, the price difference between this one and that one's like 12 grand. Um, I'm not gonna go through it right now, but like the mileage and everything's pretty similar. This one actually has more mileage. And why? Because of the red interior. This is what I'm saying, guys. Like, if you're gonna spend your money on this, first of all, if you have it, I would highly suggest you spend it now before that Drifter movie comes out, because that's gonna be like initial D 2.0. Everybody's gonna want one. Well, they're gonna want it in red, but still. But second of all, it kind of falls into like the whole thing. Like, do I settle? Yeah, I'm gonna be happy for a few months, but then I'm always gonna look at this car and be like, crap, man, my car's not a Zenki. It doesn't have the red interior. I don't know what to do. Um, so yeah, the value with the Zenki, you can't go wrong because unless you destroy it or drift missile it, since it's the initial D car, and if they ever do remake that movie, like all these bullshit rumors that they've been having for years that actually the same Sung Kang's gonna remake it, this thing's gonna climb and climb and climb and climb and climb up in value. Uh, but on the other hand, they're just so exceedingly rare. I, d- I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna cost, but like I said, for example, the Zenki Trueno, the Panda White, GT Apex, not a GTB, but I mean, well, the GTB is more like for the enthusiast roadster, but we're talking like collector cars, like value, because I personally like buying stuff that like retains their values or that might go up in price. So for a Panda White GT Apex Zenki with the red interior, you'd be hard pressed to find one for less than 40 grand in the States. Like I said, in Japan, last week one went for 39,885 with problems as an R. So landed at a 15% tariff. That's 6 grand. That's 46 plus shipping costs, and you have to price in your taxes depending on the state where you live in. Yeah, no, you're looking at like at least a $50,000 car. When the movie comes out, mm, it's hard to like make a price prediction because it depends on the quality of the movie and like how mainstream it gets. But definitely gonna go up. I see this car like not again a Zenki with a red interior. I don't see this car going under like 50, 55 grand anytime soon, which is insane because when you look at like this picture, you're like, oh my god, yeah, initial D, that's awesome, that's great, that's so cool. I'm gonna be like Takumi, drifting, delivering my tofu, getting my ass whooped by like a new fucking Subaru. Yeah, it's fine, but the other thing is that, oh man, spending, even if you get it for 40 grand, like, that's $40,000. The little one in me is kind of beating myself up over it because I said, yeah, man, this would be great. Having like a little garage like this with like a pristine, you see, this one's a Zenki. Um, It'd be it'd be amazing to have this in the garage, but for 50, 55 grand, there's so much more performance I could get. I could finally finish my little Miata, my all my other projects, but I don't know. I don't know what to do about this, guys. Um, Also, as another side note, Zenki versus Kouki is more famously like attributed or known with the S14s. So the S14, uh, obviously on the left side you got the 33 looking Zenkis. On the right side you got the badass looking Koukis. But at the end of the day, it's just the same topic over and over again. Zenki means early model, Kouki means late model, and all it means is that there's differences. There's massive differences in some cars, there's subtle differences in other cars, and this applies to pretty much every JDM, including Skylines. That's about it, man. That's all I got. See ya.